This is the hardest story I have ever had to tell. It's not a story about anger, at least not initially. It's a story about silence, about comfortable routine, and about the small, random moment that shattered 12 years of my life. My wife, Chloe, and I had a solid marriage. We thought we did. We were predictable, financially stable, and we shared a future I thought was guaranteed. The moment it all ended was a Tuesday afternoon. I was working from home, and Chloe was supposed to be running errands. Our laundry hamper had overflowed, so I went to the back of the house to grab the separate hamper we kept for dry cleaning. It was under a pile of scarves she rarely wore, and that's where I found it. A hotel key card. Not a spare from an old trip, but a brand new, uncreased card from a boutique hotel 15 minutes from our house. The kind of hotel we only stayed at for our anniversary. My first thought wasn't betrayal, it was confusion. Did she meet a client there? Did she go for lunch? I picked it up and the plastic was still cool. But the curiosity was already a poison spreading through my chest. I did the one thing I promised I would never do. I logged into our shared credit card account online, and there it was, an itemized receipt. 2 nights, the previous weekend, charged to a name that was definitely not mine. The name of a colleague she had been working with closely. The shock was a physical force. It wasn't a sudden burst of rage. It was a slow, terrifying drain. I leaned against the closet wall and felt all the air leave my lungs. Everything went silent. I was reading the end of my life, but I was experiencing it in complete slow motion. I didn't scream. I didn't throw anything. I just stared at the receipt, and every loving memory, every inside joke, every future plan, it all rewrote itself in acid. All that time, she was living a complete, separate life I knew nothing about. The simple act of checking the dry cleaning hamper had become the excavation of my entire past. I spent the next 3 hours in a state of absolute, crippling paralysis. The irony was suffocating. She was coming home soon. I was sitting on our bed, the bed where we had slept side by side for a decade, holding the evidence of her betrayal. I looked around the room and realized that every conversation we had had for the last 3 months was a lie. Every time she kissed me goodbye, every time she said, "I love you," every time she chose a different perfume, it was a performance. I felt like a stranger trapped in a museum dedicated to a life that had never existed. I knew I couldn't confront her with rage. Rage would give her a target, an excuse to deflect. I needed cold, surgical clarity. I needed the truth. I moved to the living room, sat down on the sofa, and waited. When I heard the key turn in the lock, the sound was deafening. Chloe walked in, looking tired but giving me a small, perfunctory smile. "Rough day," she said, dropping her work bag by the door. She started toward the kitchen, maybe to ask about dinner, maybe to go through her phone. "Don't," I said, my voice shockingly calm. She stopped. The shift in the atmosphere was immediate and total. She saw my face and the light in the room died. "What is it, David?" she asked, the tension immediately tightening her jaw. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I simply held up the hotel key card. "I found this in the dry cleaning hamper." I paused, letting her eyes fix on the silver plastic. And then I checked the bank statement. I know about the last 2 nights. I know about Mark. The color drained from her face. It was the only answer I needed. The mask she'd been wearing for months cracked and shattered. The woman standing before me, the woman who was my wife, was reduced to stark, raw terror. "I am so sorry," she whispered, tears instantly filling her eyes. "It was a mistake, a terrible, stupid mistake." "A mistake?" I repeated, letting the word linger. Leaving the key card was a mistake. 2 nights in a hotel with a colleague is a sustained, calculated choice. It was a choice to break a vow you made to me and to yourself. I asked her the only question that truly mattered. "Why didn't you just leave me?" I told her I could have handled the divorce. I could have handled the pain of her saying, "I don't love you anymore." That would have been honest. But she chose to keep me around as a comfortable safety net while she pursued a destructive secret. She chose cowardice over courage. That night, I watched her pack a bag and walk out the door. The moment the lock clicked shut, I was hit by the profound, devastating truth. The cheating didn't destroy our marriage. The silence did. The cheating was simply the explosive consequence of years of lies, half-truths, and emotional avoidance. I realized that if you feel the trust eroding in your relationship, if you are living parallel lives, you have to break the silence, even if it's painful, because nothing is more destructive than the lie you agree to live. The hardest part of this story isn't the betrayal itself, it's standing in the silence that comes after, realizing you are mourning a future that died long before you ever found that key card. If you are listening to this and you have felt that betrayal, know that your pain is valid and you are not alone. And if you are tempted to find an escape route in a destructive secret, please choose the painful truth instead. Choose honesty. If this story resonated with you, hit the like button and share your thoughts below. I'll see you next time.